Live in the present, the gateway to real life. Have you ever gone through a whole long day, did everything, met all kinds of people, yet at the end of the day still didn't know if you actually lived at all? We are so busy that we forget we are breathing. We chase the future so much that we forget the present. Where we are standing is where real life actually is. In the Buddha's teaching, the present moment is not a psychological idea to comfort ourselves. The present moment is the living reality, the only place where human beings touch the truth. The Buddha called it dwelling happily in the present moment, resting in the reality that is happening now, where life is unfolding. Once, when the Buddha was walking on alms round with the monks, he walked very slowly, each step light and relaxed. A merchant saw him and ran to ask, "Why don't you walk faster so you could arrive sooner?" The Buddha gently smiled and said, "If I am not present in each step, then no matter where I arrive, I would not truly be there." That answer seems simple, but it is the key to the entire transformation of a human life. Why? Because life only exists in this moment, not in memory and not in imagination. The past has passed. No matter how much we miss it or resent it, we cannot change even 1 second. The future hasn't come yet. No matter how much we expect it or worry about it, we cannot control it. Only the present, the living reality, where breath goes in and out, where the heart is beating, where sound is happening. Only this is real. But strangely, most of our life we live in a place where life does not exist, the past and the future. We stand here, but the mind is dragged to what has already happened. What people said, old sadness, missed opportunities. We lie down to sleep, but the mind already runs into tomorrow. Unfinished plans, possible scenarios, anxieties not yet confirmed. We exist like a body that is breathing, but life has been lost. For someone who is fully present in this moment, every moment is a miracle. One breath is enough to touch the wonder of life. One step is enough for the whole universe to open beneath our feet. One cup of water becomes a priceless gift because we are truly drinking, truly sensing, truly present with each drop entering this body. We no longer consume life through unconscious habit. We often think, I will live fully when I achieve this and that, when I finish this and that, when I become wealthier, more successful, more secure. But that is only a trap of the mind. If we cannot live fully with each breath right now, then even when we have the whole world, we still will not truly live. Because that mind will always run. Today it runs after one goal. Tomorrow it will run after a new one. It will never know how to stop. The Buddha taught, practice is not adding something more to life, but returning to what is already here. Presence is the greatest gift we can give ourselves, and also the greatest gift we can give life. A person who is present in each moment radiates love without needing to say a single word. Remember the time the Buddha sat in meditation under a tree. A buffalo herder walked by, saw him sitting still, and asked, "What are you doing?" The Buddha replied, "I am here." The man said, "But everyone is here." The Buddha smiled and said, "No. People are only here with their bodies. Their minds are somewhere else. So from today, let us practice a very small thing, looking deeply into one breath. When breathing in, know we are breathing in. When breathing out, know we are breathing out. When walking, know we are walking. When washing dishes, know we are washing dishes. When holding a cup of water, know we are holding a cup of water. No need to do anything big. Just be present. Just truly live each moment, because the present moment is our only home. Breath and stillness, the doorway back home. There are nights when we lie still in bed, the body not moving, but the mind cannot rest. Thoughts keep running, from today's stories to tomorrow's concerns. One worry comes up, then other memories rush back. The body lies there, but the mind has already traveled thousands of miles. We sleep, but are not truly resting. We exist, but are not truly living. People often say, lie down and sleep peacefully. But how can there be peace when the mind doesn't know how to stop? That is why the Buddha's teaching says, to return to true life, we must learn the art of stopping. And the closest, shortest, most miraculous path back home is the breath. Just one breath is enough to bring us back to reality. When we breathe in and know we are breathing in, when we breathe out and know we are breathing out, at that very moment, we are no longer pulled by the past or the future. We become someone who is present. We become someone who is alive. Breath is the bridge that connects body and mind. When the mind is scattered, just returning to the breath, there is immediately something soft, gentle, and real, touching us. That is life. Long ago, when the Buddha was still alive, one day he was sitting in meditation under a sala tree. A young monk came to bow to him and said, "World-honored one, I have been practicing for a long time, but my mind still runs like a wild horse. It runs everywhere, hard to keep, hard to tame. I feel I fail again and again." The Buddha looked at him with eyes full of compassion and asked, "When your mind runs like that, do you know it is running?" The monk answered, "World-honored one, sometimes I know, but most of the time I do not." The Buddha said, "It's okay. Just knowing that it is running is already the first step of awakening. Return to the breath. When breathing in, know breathing in. When breathing out, know breathing out. Between two breaths, there is a very wondrous silence. If you touch that silence, you have touched peace." The silence between two breaths is the door that leads us into the realm of stillness. Not the stillness forced by struggling and suppressing, but the stillness of letting go. The stillness of seeing clearly. The stillness of being present. That is freedom. People in the world think freedom is going wherever they want, doing whatever they want, holding on to what they want to hold. But in the Buddha's teaching, freedom is not being pulled away. It is, wherever the mind is, we know it is there. And when we see clearly like that, we are not seduced, not dragged, not swept away by thoughts. Just one moment of truly being in the breath is enough for a whole ocean of peace to open. In the Nikaya canon, the Buddha said, "Mindfulness of breathing, when practiced correctly, leads to concentration, wisdom, and liberation." That means the breath is not only to soothe the mind, breath leads to insight. When the mind becomes calm, truth speaks for itself. When muddy water settles, we see the bottom. When the mind settles, we see the truth. We suffer in life because we do not see clearly. When we do not see clearly, we react wrongly. We cling, we grasp, we resist. We try to control life according to our wishes. And that wanting makes us tired. But when we sit still, breathe, and return to the present moment, clarity becomes transparent again. We do not need to force anything. We do not need to tell the mind, "Don't think anymore." We only need to know, the mind is thinking. Just that, thinking will naturally weaken. The mind will naturally calm down. Many people ask, why do monks look so peaceful? It's not that monks have no suffering. They do. But they know how to breathe with suffering. They know how to look into the mind while the mind is hurting. They know how to embrace pain with the breath instead of running away from it. Mindful breathing is the gentle arm that embraces our mind. When we embrace, the mind naturally softens. There is a story in the scriptures about a monk who was very sick. Both body and mind were in great pain. The Buddha came to visit. He did not tell the monk to endure, did not tell him to fight, did not tell him to resist. He taught only this: follow the breath. When the breath comes, know it comes. When the breath goes, know it goes. Do not add opinions onto the pain. Pain is pain by itself, but resistance creates suffering. The monk simply practiced that, and he overcame that illness in deep stillness, not by medicine, but by the breath. The breath is the boat. The silence between breaths is the calm river. If we place our mind onto the boat of breathing, it will take us into a very real field of peace. No need to fix the mind. No need to force the mind to be still. No need to fight thoughts. We only need to know. Know the breath going in. Know the breath going out. Know the mind running. Know the mind quiet. Just knowing. That knowing itself is the light. Awakening is not thinking anymore. Awakening is knowing we are thinking. And from that knowing, the mind naturally becomes still. Like the wind naturally stops when the sun rises. No one has to gather the wind. The mind is the same. When the light of clear knowing comes, peace comes by itself. So whenever the body is tired, the mind confused, just breathe. Just stop for a moment. Just touch the silence between two breaths. In that very moment, we have returned home. Mindful attention and deep seeing, turning the ordinary into the sacred. There are things in life that seem so ordinary that we never pay attention to them. A glass of water, a falling leaf, a soft morning light, a bird's song, a gentle step on the ground. All of these seem ordinary. But why, in Buddhism, do such ordinary things become doors to liberation? Because they are only ordinary when we live fast, live in a rush, live with an ignorant mind. But when we look deeply with mindfulness, when we are fully present with what is happening, everything becomes sacred. When attention is pure, reality reveals itself. And when reality reveals itself, freedom appears. Long ago, a young monk followed the Buddha and said, "World-honored one, I have learned so many sutras, memorized so many teachings, but I still do not see wisdom." The Buddha did not speak. He simply asked him to pour a cup of water. When the monk poured water, his mind was thinking of something else, so some water overflowed. The Buddha asked, "Did you see the water spill out?" The monk replied, "No, I did not notice." The Buddha said, "Mindfulness is not in the teachings you memorized. Mindfulness is in the moment you do something very simple, and you know clearly you are doing it. Only when you know clearly and see clearly do you touch wisdom." This teaching was like a ray of light. It is not the strange that is sacred. It is the smallest movement of daily life. When we pay attention, when we look deeply, that becomes the gateway to truth. When we wash a bowl, just wash a bowl. Do not think of yesterday. Do not worry about tomorrow. When we drink water, just drink water. Do not add opinions to it. Do not add any story to this moment. One breath, one step, one deep look. All of these can become the stepping stones that lead us out of unconscious habits. The Buddha taught in the Satipatthana Sutta, when walking, know you are walking. When standing, know you are standing. When lying down, know you are lying down. When sitting, know you are sitting. It sounds simple, but this is the foundation of awakening. Because when we do not know what we are doing, the mind drifts away, pulled by habit and ignorance. But when we know clearly, in that moment, we are present. We return to being the master of our body and mind. There is a short story in the scriptures. One morning, the Buddha and the monks were walking, and each step of theirs was so light, as if not touching the earth. A farmer saw this and stood still in awe. He asked a monk, "Why do all of you walk as if you don't touch the ground?" The monk smiled. "Because every step we take is fully present. No step is toward the future. No step is running away from the present." The farmer was moved. From that day on, every morning he practiced walking like that, and peace came to him without any prayer. When paying attention, we enter what Buddhism calls insight, vipassana, seeing deeply into the nature of reality, seeing impermanence in each breath, seeing non-self in each feeling, seeing that suffering is only a temporary appearance, not the true nature of ourselves. Attention is the light that shines on life. That light dissolves the darkness of illusion. And when darkness dissolves, truth naturally appears. Every mindful step is a step out of ignorance. Every deep look is a look entering wisdom. And in wisdom, compassion naturally blooms. When we see everything is impermanent, we release clinging. When we see that every being carries their own pain, compassion arises. The deeper our attention, the more we see we are not alone. All phenomena are supporting us. One single leaf exists because of sunlight, rain, soil, wind, and the whole universe. We can breathe because countless causes and conditions support us. Looking deeply is the key to wisdom. Attention is the doorway to the sacred. A glass of water, a step, a bird's song. They are all waiting for us to be present so they can become miraculous. Buddhism does not ask us to seek something new. Buddhism invites us to look deeply into what is already here. When the mind is absent, even in the most beautiful place, we cannot see anything. But when the mind is present, even a simple leaf can move us to tears. Awakening is not something mysterious or far away. It is the very substance of life. It is present in each second, each minute, each breath, each step. When attention is present, everything becomes sacred. Not because things change, but because our way of seeing has changed. Things remain the same, but our mind becomes bright. And when the mind is bright, ordinary life becomes a miracle. We do not need to wait for the next life, nor wait for the future, nor wait for any special moment. Just now, right this moment. Just be present, pay attention, look deeply, and the door of liberation opens in each breath. When we truly pay attention, we see that the sacred has never been absent from life. We only rarely show up enough to see it. The mindful smile, the dawn within the heart. Have you ever noticed? There are people who have gone through many challenges and many storms in life, yet their eyes remain deeply peaceful. They are not people without suffering. They are not people who never experienced loss. They also have cried. They also had sleepless nights just like all of us. But there is something inside them that does not break. That is the smile within the heart. A smile that does not depend on circumstances outside. A smile not created by praise or success. A small smile, quiet, silent, but deep and nourishing. That is the mindful smile. In Buddhism, a smile is not just the shape of the lips. The smile in Buddhism is the sign that the mind is no longer carried away by storms. When the mind is at peace, the smile appears. No need to force it. It blooms by itself. One day, when the Buddha was at Jetavana Monastery, he walked past a forest full of fallen golden leaves. A layman was sitting beneath a tree and crying. The Buddha came closer and asked why he was sad. The man said, "I am sad because I see that life is only impermanence. The old get old and die. Lovers separate. Everything falls apart." The Buddha gently smiled and said, "You see impermanence, but you have not seen the light behind impermanence." The man asked, "What light, world-honored one?" The Buddha said, "Impermanence shows that suffering does not last forever. Impermanence makes each moment of life precious. If you awaken right now, impermanence will not make you sad. It will make you smile." We are sad because of impermanence, but impermanence itself is the door that leads us to freedom. Because if nothing is fixed, then suffering is not fixed. If everything changes, then the darkness of today can become tomorrow's light. If the mind knows how to let go, then dawn can appear right in this very moment. In many sutras, the Buddha uses the image, the dawn of awakening, to point to the moment we realize light already exists within us. We do not need to wait for something to happen to be at peace. We do not need life to be perfect to be calm. The dawn of mindfulness does not come from outside. It rises from within. For example, in the story of Angulimala, a murderer who killed nearly 100 people, when he met the Buddha, just one mindful gaze from him, just one simple sentence, "I stopped long ago, only you have not stopped," awakened his true seeing. And he dropped the knife. No one forced him. No one made him confess, just light touching the mind, and the darkness dissolved by itself. This is the miraculous power of mindful awareness. It does not need to fight. It does not need to force. It only needs to see. Like when a lamp is lit, darkness does not need to be pushed away. It naturally withdraws. The awakened one does not try to destroy suffering. The awakened one simply sees deeply and lets go. And when letting go, the smile appears. That smile, at first, is very gentle. But gradually, it becomes a healing energy. It heals not only ourselves, but also touches everyone around. A person who knows how to smile from within, wherever they go, there is light. No need to speak many words, no need to preach, just presence itself. Today, many people run everywhere trying to find peace. They go to this temple and that temple. They seek this practice and that method. But the Buddha said clearly, the light is already here. The dawn is already here. The problem is not that there is no light. The problem is the mind is turned away from it. Just turn inward, see the breath, see the smile, see impermanence, see the mind clearly, and dawn appears immediately. No need to wait for tomorrow. No need to wait until all debts are paid, all problems solved, all work finished. Just right now. One deep breath, one gentle smile, one clear knowing is enough. And when the smile in the heart blooms, we will see that life has never lacked conditions for happiness. Life only lacked one thing, our full presence in this moment. So if you are reading this now, try to smile a little. Not a smile for others to see, but a smile for yourself. A smile to remind your mind that you are alive. A smile to remind yourself that suffering will pass. A smile to realize that dawn has never disappeared. It has only been waiting for you to look back. If these teachings of the Buddha touch your heart, if you want to go deeper with me on this journey of awakening, transformation, and healing through the Dharma, please subscribe to the channel to receive new writings and videos each day. Leave a comment so I know you are still walking along. Subscribe to the channel so you do not miss the next teachings. May you have a peaceful smile, right in this very moment.
From the bottom of our hearts, we thank you for supporting Buddha's loving words. May the teachings of the Buddha continue to touch every heart, bringing peace and happiness.